you don't have tea with Fluttershy every weekend because you like tea.
Got him! Got him!
Together we can show the world what we can do. You are next to me and I'm next to you. Push me on through until the battle's won. No one's gonna give nothing to us. Into each other we put our trust. Standing united after the fight is done.
Hey guys, what's going on? It is me, the Ninja Reviewer here. Welcome to another exciting episode review of My Little Pony Season 8, Episode 10 review. This week's episode of My Little Pony right here. Well, as I said last week, love is in the air, and what do we get? The break down, do 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 do, break down. Sorry, I was thinking of way too much of JoJo's there. So yeah. Anyways. Oh my god. Anyways, when it comes to this, once again, it's the second Hearts and Hooves episode that we've gotten for this entire series, which is odd because it's been shoved to the side for a while compared to like stuff like Heartswarming and Nightmare Night and stuff like that. So I'm actually pretty shocked that we haven't gotten an episode like this in a long while. And of course, it relates to, once again, from last season's couple, Big Mac and Sugar Belle. So what happens is that love is in the air, and Big Mac, well, thanks to the help of Discord. By the way, the troll Kingu himself is in this episode, and of course, it's Discord. Discord makes stuff funny. He does. Discord was a riot in this episode. Once again, absolutely love Discord's character. Absolutely hilarious. He's once again best troll. He is the Sosuke Aizen of MLP. He's insane. So love this dude. Glad they brought Discord back in this episode. So we got, of course, some really random shenanigans with him as well. Also, with the help of him, he helped Big Mac make the pie and pretty much sent it to Sugar Belle. And I like the way the tag had Sugar and Belle. And yeah, and from that intro at the beginning, yeah. I think they were sort of hinting some kind of ship there that Spike was actually sensing. Now I'm like, yeah, I don't think you just go there for the tea, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But Discord's like, yeah, I like them all though, so who cares? And he's like, oh, well, never mind then. I guess you just totally missed my metaphor. But anyways, though, so what happens is that the pie accidentally gets sent to the CMC, or at least Sweetie Belle does. She has Secret Admirer. That was pretty cute though, how she was excited that she actually was getting a pony, and it was just adorable, just saying that she was actually thinking she actually had a special someone, but in reality's terms, she really didn't. And I just felt so bad for them. It's like, oh no, I felt so bad. They have to look all around. By the way, there was buttons. Sweetie Belle, you didn't spot your boo? You didn't spot your boy? He was right there though. No? You're just gonna ignore that? Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, so we have some little Easter eggs of characters. Of course, Lyra and Bon. And we have technically him once again, which again, not a big fan of that character. But you know, hey, for a fun Easter egg, at least you know he was there. So just beware of that. But meanwhile, what happens is that Big Mac and Discord and them were overhearing what is going down with a Sugar Belle's little surprise, or they're thinking she's playing like some kind of big surprise thing on her own, but in reality it's a totally misunderstanding. But Big Mac thought that, well, that it was going to be over between them, and he overthinks things, and of course he gets over dramatic. He pretty much just goes home drinking cider, the equivalent of alcoholic beer, just drowning his sorrow away. And of course Discord trying to cheer him up. And I like how they brought back the Dungeons and Dragons thing again though, or Ogres and Ogliettes, or some, whatever the hell it's called. I'm gonna call it what it is, man. It's Dungeons and Dragons, okay dude? I'm just gonna call it what it is. Basically Dungeons and Dragons. So they were just doing that just to cheer Big Mac up. And of course I do like that little female like skeleton like enemy thing, and he's like, oh, he's like my sweet like Sugar Belle. I was like, oh my god, stop. Anyways though, I mean, I felt bad for Big Mac afterwards, because in reality this whole misunderstanding led to a whole miscommunication. And what happened is that Big Mac was planning to actually break up with Sugar Belle on her own, pretty much. And basically he gets really pissed off, and he didn't really have to take it out on the Cutie Mark Crusaders, to be honest with you. But that, again, he was just upset and heartbroken. So, or at least he claimed to be so-called heartbroken. So what happened is that in reality sense, they have to find a way to actually break up with her as well. And then it actually happens, and yeah, and it's kind of sad to watch. So basically they have to do what they can in order to actually fix the situation. So yeah, you can obviously tell the episode itself was pretty predictable for what was going to happen. But then again, I didn't expect this whole thing to be like whatever Spike said. Like, seriously, I think Spike is Nostradamus. Seriously, I think Spike is freaking Nostradamus. Like, he was like, okay, maybe it's just something to do like with her cousin or something, that, you know, like maybe, you know, she's trying to, you know, trying to get help, like, to actually move on his own and like stuff like that, and etc, etc. Or like, it's like, you know, like to help her cousin out in some way or something like that. And apparently that was the case. And I'm like, yo, Spike is Nostradamus confirmed. Like, he can predict, he pulled a category. He predicted the future. He predicted the future. But anyways, yeah. So what happens is, after that has gone down, we see that the situation gets turned for the worse, and the Cutie Mark Crusaders were kind of like down. And they should have figured too from the writing itself that Sugar and Belle meant Sugar Belle, but that, again, you know, whatever. And the pie itself kind of gets ruined regardless, because they kind of ate a little bit off it. I guess they were just that upset. So when that happens, you know, of course, even though that kind of gets a little ruined, at least, you know, Big Mac finds a way to make amends by actually catching her in the nick of time and actually, you know, just setting things right, you know, from what has happened wrong. So what happens is, yeah, the cousin is actually running her shop on the weekends, and because of that, we don't need Big Mac to actually visit and go all the way to travel anymore to, you know, she is in Starlight's Village. Okay, so because of that, yeah, obviously the whole lesson here is, yeah, miscommunication should be notified at all times. We kind of had this similar lesson when it comes to, you know, the whole parent map episode. But here, I kind of like what they did with this episode a lot more better, especially because eavesdropping, you know, or actually trying to listen in on someone and assuming something that isn't gonna happen is just not the right thing to do. So, and I felt bad for poor Sweetie Belle, though. I felt bad that there was actually nobody for her, though. But maybe one day, there will be, though. But until then, though, yeah, that's pretty much about it, though. So the situation escalated quickly. I think that's all I really gotta say on that matter. Like, the situation escalated way too quickly than I expected. But in the end, though, it was still a very funny episode. And I like the way that they would actually, you know, I think this is definitely another top episode that I actually really, really enjoyed. Because it just gets to show you how relationships like that can work, and how overhearing someone and assuming the worst, you know, isn't really the way relationships should go down like that. So that's basically it. Overall, I had a really good time with this episode. Oh, actually, I had a really great time. Discord, look, I'm biased because I love Discord so much. But other than that, though, out of the Hearts and Hooves episodes, I say this one was the better one compared to the Love Potion one. And because surprisingly enough, this is the second Hearts and Hooves episode that featured Big Mac and an actual girl. Yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 5 out of 5. This one was actually a really funny episode. Of course, it's the Discord show. You definitely can't go wrong with that. And yeah, actually, like, you know, just having the gang together, just like they did when they played Dungeons and Dragons, was amazing. So definitely another top favorite episode I really enjoyed out of this season. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of this week's episode of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Season 8 Episode 10 review. I will see you guys next week for episode 11. And oh boy, it's time for the big moment that people were trying to hold themselves back from being leaked. Some people couldn't help it, some people still waited, but It's actually happening. And that's all I'm going to say on that. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Again, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Click on that bell to join the squad, boys. Follow my social media plugins and my gamer tags as well. Also, if you haven't already, please join the Plus Ultra Discord. I really appreciate that a lot. Until then, peace, soul, love, chicken grease, and the sky is the limit. Anime manga fans, keep supporting Rich Beat of what you watch. And bronies, bro who, brony on. See you guys next week for episode 11. Double. Alright, I'll stop.